Hello and welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, and this will be part 9. In the previous episode we arrived at Fort Lock and bumped into Galen, who had some issues with his guards, and then we met Nishka, a rogue in trouble, so we bailed both of them out and we have now arrived at the fort, done a bit of shopping, and now we need to speak to Marshal Cormac. Galen tells me what you did for him. Glad you managed to keep him in one piece. You look familiar. You're not a Harborman by any chance, are you? Yes, I am. Why do you ask? Harbormen are hard to miss once you've met one, and I've met plenty being from West Harbor myself. I'm Cormac, City Watch Marshal of Neverwinter City. You wouldn't have heard of me, a City Watchman is hardly a glamorous profession. Cormac, you're famous in West Harbor, so they say. Huh, don't know about famous. West Harbor's a small village though, so I'm not surprised you know of me. You probably don't know of me, but I'm not surprised you know of me. Okay, whatever, it probably makes sense on some level. I'm probably overthinking it. Whatever. Wait a moment, I recognize you, Dagon's foster child. Imagine running into you here. How's the old man nowadays? Nothing much has changed about him. Still keeping to himself, does he? Ah, the death of his wife will hit him hard. Changed him a great deal. He seems to have done a good job raising you. So tell me, what are you doing so far away from West Harbor? My father sent me to Neverwinter on a task. You're making a stop at Highcliff then. Be careful. From what I've been hearing from the refugees, bandits own the roads now. Why are you here? Well, mainly to make sure Galen got here safely. He may be crazy and greedy, but he's still a friend. I'd also heard rumors that the garrison here had stopped its patrols. Figured I'd look into it while I was down here. And of course it turns out the rumors were true. No patrols, meaning the roads are crawling with bandits, and worse now. West Harbor itself came under attack recently. By the gods, I knew it. I told Valus he was putting the village at risk, but he wouldn't listen. Who is Valus? Temporary commander here at Fort Lock. For the sake of the North, I hope he's just that. Temporarily. The people rely on these troops for safety. Refugees are starting to trickle in because the surrounding area's gotten more dangerous. Maybe you can get some sense into that thick skull of his. Once he hears the West Harbor came under attack, he may change his mind. I'll see what I can do. Thank you again for helping Galen out. He probably would have gotten into trouble with or without patrols. It's good to see you. Hopefully you can visit Valus over. You can win Valus over, and I can get back to Neverwinter sooner rather than later. Cool. So we have to speak with a temporary fort commander who's apparently an imbecile. Nice to know. Anyway, Lisa, editing got bodily sounds you probably didn't want to listen to. Well met, traveler. Have you come to Fort Lock to take refuge with the rest of us? It's getting crowded, but I think we can make some extra room if you are in need. What made you come here? Some of us fled the mare, what with the lizard folk and other beasts were moving north. Some of the smaller settlements here have already been overrun. Others fled the plains to escape the banditry out there. Without regular patrols, the region has become too dangerous to live in. There were a few who fled to Highcliff, others to Neverwinter. Still, most of us consider this area our home and would like to return when things settle down. You mentioned bandits. They are a fact of life out here, but these bandits have become bolder with the lack of regular patrols. They're now taking prisoners and demanding ransom. My own husband is among the ones taken. Is there anything I can do to help? You'd be willing to help us? Thank the gods, bless you for your kindness. No one knows where the camp might be, but if there's anything you could do to free our loved ones, we would be eternally grateful. I'll see what I can do. You know, I think I know where these bandits might be. I saw a large camp on the way to Fort Lock. If it's the bandits' camp, who knows how much gold they have stashed there. We're not going to rob it, we're here to stop the bandits. What, too good to take gold from bandits? Me, I'm not that proud. Influence lost with Nishka. So become like bandits ourselves, that's one way to drag our pride through the mud, tiefling. Look, I've got to make the best living I can with whatever natural talents I have. That means fleeching someone with little more than they should, well, so be it. But if you want to find those bandits, let me mark it on the map for you. There may be some ill-gotten gains we can help ourselves to. Influence. I do want to make a quick mention of it. I'm fairly sure I haven't mentioned it earlier. The NPCs have an opinion of you. And you can tailor-make your responses to them in order to gain influence with them. Or you can do what I do and play the way I would respond to whatever comments they come up with. The influence is important for progressing any potential quests they may have, because often it is information they are not prepared to reveal, and only by winning them over they will gain trust in you and will tell you more, and then you can go on with helping them with their quests and that kind of stuff. But it's also going to have ramifications much, much further down the road, and that will become evident once we get there. But if people want to play this game and tell the NPCs what they want to hear, then by all means, I'm not trying to stop them. But personally, I say what I feel is right, not what an NPC wants to hear. So, expect me and Ishka to get along just perfectly fine. Oh yes. Tor Millows. Well met, traveler. I wonder if I might appeal to you for some assistance. How can I help you? I'm but a lowly priest of Ilmater. I'm fairly sure that's how it's supposed to be said. I was waylaid along the road from Highcliffe by bandits who made off with the holy symbol which was granted to me when I was accepted into my order. And you'd like me to get it back for you. The symbol has more than mere sentimental value to me. I require to perform the healing magics granted to me by Ilmater. Service to Ilmater requires that I aid travelers in whatever manner I can. I travel between this fort and Highcliffe, tending to those in need. I trusted that even bandits would leave a man such as myself unmolested, as I'm sworn to help all travelers, even those of lesser morals. I was clearly mistaken. Do you know where the bandits might be? Well, sadly I do not. If it helps, however, they fled to the north after robbing me. I'll get that symbol back for you. I thank you. I shall wait for you here at the fort. May Ilmater watch over you. So, we got a quest to go and rescue some hostages, and now we have a quest to find the holy symbol. Craftmaster, well met. If you're here to use the crafting tools, I can give you some pointers. Sure. And I'm just going to skip through this. Tell me about blacksmithing. You need stuff, and you need stuff, and you need stuff, and magical crafting, all that kind of stuff, blah 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 blah, something else. I've had recipes, some materials, there's some recipes, blah 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 blah. Okie dokie. Crafting is not particularly complicated, but it's nice to know how you're supposed to make use of it. We can take these things without any consequence of any kind. The smith's hammer, we will likely want that. Iron ingot, we can... You know what, let's just take them all. Let's not be too selective. I mentioned it at the character creation, but I shall showcase it now, I think. Maybe, can I? I don't think, I don't know. Let's see, can I? Skills. Not really, no. Okay. In order to craft an item, if you are an armor crafter, for instance, as this character is, sort of, the skill determines what you can craft and what materials you can use. When it comes to armor crafting, the armor class benefit of the armor is the default difficulty of crafting the armor. So if you have something that gives you AC 5, then you will need 5 ranks as a bare minimum. The materials modify the challenge or the difficulty of crafting said item. Iron doesn't have a modifier, but every other special material, such as cold iron, mithril, or whatever it might be, adds difficulty ranks to your chance or your ability to craft. And it's not a chance. If you need 20 skill points to craft a mithril, a full plate, and if you have 20 skill 20 in craft armor, you will be able to craft it. It's not a dice roll or anything. So it's not as complicated. You have the correct plan and the correct materials. You put them in the blacksmith's workbench, and you use the hammer we picked up on the workbench, and woof, crafted. So anyway, we've got some free stuff. Let's speak to Valis. He's probably going to be a nice, understanding individual, isn't he? Stranger in Fort Lock. Is there something you want? Be quick about it. I have a garrison to run. Nice person. Are you the commander here? I am, and let me tell you, with Fort Lock being the way it is nowadays, it's a good thing. These soldiers need military discipline, and by the gods, that's what they'll get. I hear you're filling in until the commander returns. Where is he? Filling in? That fool Tan allowed this place to fall apart. I've spent every waking moment bringing order back to the garrison. It's been missing too long anyhow, probably met the same fate as the other patrols we've lost. I've already sent news to Neverwinter of his loss. It's merely a formality before I officially take charge of this garrison. Wouldn't they want proof of your commander's death before promoting you? True, I hadn't thought about that, but I can't spare the men for an investigation. 3 patrols already lost, refugees trickling in, and with discipline and shambles, we'd be hard-pressed to hold this fort with what we have. What if I were to handle this for you? You, a civilian, helping a military garrison with an investigation? Why? I want you to resume the patrols. Absolutely not. Until I know what happened to the others, I'm not risking any more men. Diplomacy. Your superiors would look favorably upon your promotion if you settle this without further loss of men. Success. Fine, I'll resume the patrols. Contingent upon the completion of your investigation, I want to know what happened out there. Where should I begin looking? All 3 patrols were lost east of here. We've never had any reports of trouble there in the past few seasons, so what happened to them is a mystery. There's really nothing in there except for the plains and an old graveyard. Of course, this is a Dungeons & Dragons game, so a graveyard usually means that those who are buried are no longer in their graves. Of course, it's on the edge of the mere, so anything could have wandered in from the swamp. Anything else I should know? Nothing of note. As I said, I've never had any troubles from the east before. Now you best be going. I have more important matters to attend to. Like what? Like being an arse? Anyway, I'll begin my search immediately. I do hope you won't disappoint me. Sort of you. He's very keen on wanting to take charge before the commander is confirmed missing. Yeah. Anyway, Cormac has agreed to start patrols again if I help him find the fort commander. He's got you doing his job for him now, has he? Some leader he is. Still, I feel better knowing you're handling things. If you want something done right, get a harborman to do it, eh? Thanks for taking care of it. Good luck with the investigation of yours. I hope you find the missing commander, and soon before Valis over there takes charge permanently. Do you know where Lorne Starling is? Lorne? Haven't heard from him since he first arrived in Neverwinter some years back. He's still upset with me over what he calls trickery when we competed in the Harvest Cup. A good man, though a little hot-headed, moved to Neverwinter a short while after I joined the watch. I tried to recruit him, but I guess he found the Neverwinter great looks more glamorous. I poked around a little on Vessel's behalf after the war with Luskin, but no one seems to know what happened to him. I doubt he deserted, and I wouldn't have the heart to tell better that he fell in battle. Her life is hard enough as it is. Farewell. Yeah, well, I suppose we can do one of two things. We can go to a graveyard, or we can go messing up some bandits. So, I think messing up some bandits sounds like a plan. We need to not be stupid and go the right way. I am quite capable of navigating, trust me. Should I say incapable? We shall go to the bandit camp first. But we are also going to quickly do a hard save before we do that, just in case something goes wonky. Sure, let's go. Bandit camp. You've encountered something on the way to your destination. Oh well, I suppose. Bandit leader, stop right there. All that walks this road must pay a total of 10 gold. Hand it over and you can go on your way. Diplomacy, this isn't worth your life, so leave now and no one will get hurt. Success. Come on, lads, we'll find better marks somewhere else. A pity, it's just getting interesting too. You'll have plenty more chances, Calgar. They just weren't worth our time. Here. Of that I have no doubt. Trouble seems to follow you, and I'll be right with you when the fun starts. Let's move on. So we could have fought them, we could have gotten the equipment and probably some more experience and all that kind of stuff, but as I've mentioned previously, this character is going the diplomatic route. That is the whole concept. And can you unlock that? That's what I got you for.
Well, looks like this lock needs some special attention. All done.
Cool. Unidentified gauntlet. Hooray, hooray, yippee. Can we get to that bandit camp, please? Here we are. You have the bandit headquarters, prisoner pen. Once you get into the camp itself, if you go anywhere near the prisoner pen, the prisoners will call out for you and draw your attention. And of course that is bound to trigger an event, and we are trying very, very hard to make sure that every bandit already in the camp will be not moving around too much, and then clear the headquarters before we get started with the prisoners or rescuing them. So this is probably going to be a bit wonky, but we got our sound burst, which has got quite a significant range, so we can probably draw some attention to ourselves that way. Let's quick cast sound burst. Didn't fail their signatures, what a shame. Hey, there's a caster there, how dare you? Oh, I didn't, he was just showing something. So. Do you mind? Do I have a potion of some description? I think I do. Should probably drink one or two. I suppose possibly also drag them down here so I don't have to open my inventory every single time. Okay, this is getting better now. Can you perhaps drink a healing potion? Can you perhaps drink another healing potion? Oh, he's saved. For reference, I mean, those 20. I just want to see something quickly here. Sorry. Spellbook. Yeah. Charisma is not being used as a modifier to define the difficulty class of saving. There was a bug that apparently has been fixed. This is what I said about the favorite soul being an offensive caster in the character creation. It is not practical because it is 10 base plus 1 per spell level, and it has a difficulty class of 12, and it is a level 2 spell. If Charisma had an influence, that would have been far more difficult, and it isn't. Yeah. Offensive casting on favorite souls is just not practical, and that's why you end up going melee at most times. If you want an offensive inspired favorite soul, you play a cleric, which of course is not the same, but you know what I'm saying. I just needed to get it confirmed because there was some doubt about it, whether it was still, because apparently it used to be the case, and to me it seems incredibly stupid that favorite souls will have to make use of having charisma for spell access and wisdom to define how difficult it is for enemies to resist their spells. What do I know? Anyway, let's rest. There's bound to be more in there, isn't there? Well, we've got a good range on this spell. Let's see just how good a range we actually do have. Fairly good range. Come on. Let them come to us. We don't... Run like the wind up there, please. Let them come to us. The closer they get, the less attention we attract. So, now we can fight them. That's a nice crit. Not bad. Are we looking for experience? We need 500 more for level. Okay. I'm going to be a bit selective in my way of handling this camp because we have to be a bit clever about it. Not something I am. I need to remember the shortcut key for this because this is getting annoying. Wakey wakey. Did he actually fail his saving? No, he didn't. Of course he didn't. Well, I suppose we are going to wake up what's left of the camp. I don't want to get anywhere near there.
I think we've had enough of this one.
That's all you got? Take that!
Done here. Good. Go. I'm going to quick save yet again, and it is not because I'm a coward and anything. It's just I want to make sure that the NPCs are not blundering into these guys, provoking the prisoners being freed thing. So, aha, try again, maybe?
Creonavitus.
Oh. Ah. Lovely. He apparently had 8 hit points. Nice to know.
Take that! Time for a little...
Do not let that person run away, please.
To battle!
Come on.
To battle! Take that!
Sure, I think we got that more or less handled. It appears to be the case. Let's loot. Potion of invisibility, that sounds useful. I'm just going to see, because indeed, I had a feeling. This is one of the more jarring things about this game, is the fact that you have very distinct spawn triggers for enemies, and once you blunder into them, suddenly an area goes completely clear, suddenly you have enemies. It's just a minor thing, but it is somewhat jarring. Of course, we need 18 experience per level. And I have to delay that a full episode, apparently, which is rather annoying. But come on, do not trigger those. Okay. I'm going to go over to the headquarter door and end this episode. And once we return, we shall enter the headquarters and deal with whatever we can deal with in there. Before we do that, of course, we're going to rest. When we come back, we are going to go through the door and clear out the headquarters, hopefully, and come back out and rescue those poor prisoners over there. So, on that note, I'm going to say thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Bye bye for now.